ta'ala created death and life to see which of you is going to be best in actions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say أكثر عملا, who's going to do the most actions. أحسن عملا, who's going to do the best actions. Imam al-Baghawi in his tafsir, he mentions exactly the same two principles that Imam al-Mufassirin Ibn Kathir mentioned, that the actions have to be sincere, that which is مَا كَانَ أَصْوَبُهُ وَأَخْلَصَهُ, that which is correct and that which is pure. That which is pure for the sake or for the face, seeking the pleasure or the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that which is correct is done upon the sharia given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So that is al-ihsan, the concept of perfection. Obviously no one can gain perfection, but a person tries that inside their life. And thus we find that in the famous hadith of Jibreel alayhi salam. We should all go back, by myself and the rest of you respected brothers, read the sharh, the various shuruhat of the hadith of Jibreel alayhi salam, the many fawaid, the many benefits that can be extracted from this hadith. This hadith summarizes the whole of Islam and Iman and Ihsan. So what is al-Ihsan? That perfection, that goodness in our worship that the Qur'an is encouraging us to do. Al-Ihsan, أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه فإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. You worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as though you see Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even though you cannot see Him, yet He sees you. So that is the way the Muslim carries out their ibadah. وَلَا رَأْسَ الْعِبَادَةِ, the most pinnacle point of ibadah is what? As-salah. Is the focus and that devotion inside the prayer. And that's inside Surah Al-Mu'minun that we find the beginning characteristics of the believers. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Successful are the believers. The first characteristic of the believers are those individuals who are khashi'un, submissive, focused, concentrating inside their prayers. There's many disturbances which need attention around the world today and yesterday. And some of us begin to over-focus upon them. And we lose the vision and the focus upon this action, which concerns every single Muslim. Likewise, we find pray a prayer which is as if it is your final prayer. And pray as if though you're seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though you cannot see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees us. Likewise, find لا يزال الله مقبلا على العبد في صلاته. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is facing towards the servant. As long as the servant is focusing and facing towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, بمعنى that you are concentrating. If you turn away, that you lose that focus, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turns away from you. So as long as the individual is focusing, then the focus of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be upon that individual. Likewise, فَإِذَا صَلَّيْتُمْ فَلَا تَلْتَفِتُوا. When you're inside the prayer, don't move from here to there, whether it be physically, people begin to drift away inside their prayers. You find a lack of khushu, fidgeting about with their clothing, with their watch, with their pen, looking to the sky, etc. Hadiths, harsh ahadith in Bukhari, that people should restrain from letting their eyes drift to the skies or looking to the heavens, that lest that their eyes may be snatched away. And some of the ulama of hadith, like Imam Hajar al-Asqalani, not mistaken, in his Fath al-Bari, talks about certain individuals who lost their eyesight, of letting the eyes drift away, or those who went before the Imam in ruku and sujood, that a person's face be turned into a donkey. At certain individuals, their face would actually change into a donkey. But these are harsh warnings of losing that focus towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Likewise, we find what is known as ikhtilas. Ikhtilas is snatching from the prayer. That snatching is a snatching of the shaitan that takes away from that focus from the individual. So these are all severe warnings that if we're worried about meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one is attentive in amongst the most beloved actions to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ahabbul amali ila Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the most beloved action to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? As-salatu ala waqtiha. Prayer on its right time. Then comes what action next? Birrul walidain. Thumma ayn. Then which action? Jihad fi sabilillah. So the criteria begins by this is the element. If that journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala begins by showing that devotion and commitment of preserving and guarding our prayers, and likewise within the prayers as well. Likewise we find أَقْرَبُ مَا يَكُونُ الْعَبْدِ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ the most closest the individual is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the servant is, whilst in a state of sujood. فَأَكْثِرُ الدُّعَاء. In that station, person should excel in making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Likewise, when the many virtues are clear of perfecting one's prayer, one's wudu, these are the atharul wudu will become, how? Will be recognized by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The performance of the wudu, the glowing of our arms, glowing of our faces, our hands, our feet. This is how the Muslim will be recognized in that day. It's a symbol of the Muslim. Likewise, we find that the prayer, even inside the grave, will come as nur, will come as light. But those people who wasted their prayers will be thrown in their faces. And some people have no share of the prayer, the reward is given to them. So if we have that aspiration to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we begin by doing this action to the best of our ability. What is given in response to one who is making that journey, that divine journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the raddul fa'al? What is given in response to the person who is making in that effort? So as we mentioned, the nature of man is to strive. But some of us men, obviously here men carry meaning of both genders, that we become hasty. خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ مِنْ عَجَلٍ. Man has been created in a state of haste. سَأُرِيكُمْ آيَاتِي فَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلُونَ. And I will show you my signs, so do not hasten the signs. So man is created in a state of hastiness, always rushing. And we know that hastiness is from shaitan, to rush things. That some of us, we want to see the fruits of our actions where? On this dunya. There is the bushra of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that will be given upon this earth just to encourage the human being to carry on. But the real bushra of the believer is where? Is inside the akhirah. That's the bushra we should be not losing sight of. And that's why many of the salaf, they mentioned when things of the dunya were given to them, they began to weep and began to get worried that maybe, we've been given our share of the akhirah where? On this earth. It's been given to us now, whatever it may be. So there possibly could be nothing for us left inside the akhirah. So the Qur'an mentions the return that will be given to the doers of good, of ihsan. Those individuals who do good, لِلَّذِينَ أَحْسَنُوا الْحُسْنَى وَزِيَادَةٌ. Those individuals who do good, أَحْسَنُوا الْحُسْنَى. Goodness will be given to them, وَزِيَادَةٌ. And something extra. This ayah inside Surah Yunus, 10th chapter of Quran, verse 26. This ayah is our journey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The goodness, al-husna, is al-jannah, is paradise. What is ziyadatun? What is something extra that will be given to the believers inside the akhirah? Az-ziyadatu hiya nadhru ila wajhi Allahi al-kareem. That ziyada, if you read works of tafasir, that extra thing that will be given to the believers will be meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because ru'ya will be ma'al liqa, while meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you're reading works of tafasir, hadith inside Sahih Muslim, as we're going to come to, is narrated by Salman al-Farsi radiallahu anhu, that the meaning of kalima ziyadatun refers to seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tafsir by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Likewise, you find lahum ma yasha'una fiha wa ladayna mazid. They will have whatever they want. Ma yasha'un. Whatever they want. And thus you find that the soul inside paradise, ma tashtahi al-anfus. Whatever the soul desires will be given to that individual. So some people, what they desire, they want it on the earth, don't they? Like spoiled children. Whatever they see, they think, or whatever they visualize, they want it. By hook or by crook, needs to be given on this dunya. That's only inside the akhirah. That whatever the soul desires will be given to the individual. And likewise you find, وَلَدَيْنَا مَزِيدٌ, and something extra will be given to these individuals. And the context of the ayat in Surah Al-Qaf, the 50th, you'll find 50th chapter of the Qur'an, is talking about the muttaqun here, after previously talking about the people of Jahannam. That they'll be given something extra, will be given to them. And as extra is being described as فَسَّرَ أَبُو بَكْرَ الصِّدِّيقِ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُ. So this is tafsir Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, the most closest comrade and companion to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Al-Mazid bi-annahu